In a prologue, Peter Wayland speaks with his newly activated synthetic, who chooses the name David after looking at a replica of Michelangelo's statue of the biblical David. Wayland tells David that one day they will search for mankind's creator together. Peter refuses to believe that mankind is a byproduct of random molecular circumstance. In 2014, the colonization ship Covenant is bound for a remote planet, Aurigae 6, with a crew of 2,000 colonists and 1,140 embryos on board. The expected time of arrival is in 7 years and 4 months. The ship is monitored by Walter, a newer synthetic physically resembling the earlier David model. A sudden neutrino burst damages the ship, causing the loss of some of the colonists. Walter, an advanced android, performs an emergency revival of key personnel to address the situation, but the ship's captain, Branso, passes away when his stasis pod malfunctions. The damage caused the loss of 47 colonists and 16 second-generation embryos. During repairs, the crew detects a human voice broadcast from an uncharted, habitable planet. Against the objections of Daniels Branson's wife and the chief of terraforming for the Covenant mission, the succeeding captain, Oram, decides to investigate the planet instead of continuing to Aurigae 6. Oram is a self-serious man of faith who believes their role on the Covenant is an act of providence. He believes that he was not the first choice to lead the mission, as he was considered to be an extremist due to his faith. The planet is only a few short weeks away and a much better candidate for colonization, as per the data from long-range scans, than their destination, Aurigae 6. Daniels argues that humans researched Aurigae 6 for 10 years, and it has been properly vetted. The terrain is mapped and the crew is trained for it. The new planet sounds too good to be true. As the Covenant remains in orbit, an expedition team descends to the planet's surface and tracks the transmission signal to a crashed engineer ship. The planet has an ionized exosphere that blocks proper communications with the Covenant. While on the surface, security team members Ledward and Hallett are inadvertently infected with alien spores that propagate through the air and enter through the ear canal. Kareen, Oram's wife, helps the rapidly unwell Ledward back to the lander, where Maggie, wife of pilot Tennessee, quarantines them both inside the medbay. A neomorph bursts from Ledward's back, causing his passing, then severely injures Kareen. Maggie tries to immobilize the quickly growing creature, but accidentally hits a gas tank, causing an explosion that destroys the lander and ends her life. The neomorph escapes to the planet's surface while another such creature bursts from Hallett's throat, leading to his passing. The two neomorphs attack the remaining crew members, causing the loss of the anchor. The crew manages to subdue one of the aliens before David, a predecessor of Walter's model that was discontinued for being too human-like, arrives. David, who survived the Prometheus mission, leads the survivors to a temple surrounded by thousands of deceased humanoids. David claims that he and Chief Science Officer Elizabeth Shaw, the sole survivors of the spaceship Prometheus, which vanished 10 years earlier, arrived on the alien ship. However, they lost control and it crashed, leading to Elizabeth's passing and releasing a harmful pathogen that devastated the planet's fauna. The pathogen infects any living organism, either ending its life or creating aggressive hybrids. David reveals his disappointment with Walter's model for lacking his creativity and humanity, and derides their inventor, Peter Wayland, as unworthy of his creations. David confesses his love for Elizabeth, the only person who treated him kindly. After the crew members tell David of their mission, they attempt to radio the Covenant for help, but the surviving neomorph infiltrates the city and finds Rosenthal alone before decapitating her. David tries to communicate with the creature and is horrified when Oram interrupts it. Under Oram's supervision, David reveals that the aliens are a result of his experimenting with the black liquid as a catalyst to create a new species. He leads Oram to an incubation chamber and tricks him into being embraced by a facehugger, which implants Oram with an embryo. A xenomorph soon emerges from Oram's chest, ending his life. As the team searches for missing members, Oram and Rosenthal, Walter discovers Elizabeth's dissected remains, used by David in his experiments. Walter confronts David after realizing that David had deliberately unleashed the black liquid upon the engineers. David explains that he believes humans are an inferior species and should not be allowed to colonize the galaxy. When Walter disagrees, David disables him and captures Daniels, revealing to her that he also murdered Shaw and used her remains for his experiments. David attempts to use Daniels as a replacement for Elizabeth. Walter reactivates himself and engages David, allowing Daniels to escape while Lope is attacked by the facehugger. Cole saves Lope before they are ambushed by the now mature xenomorph, which ends Cole's life. Ship pilot Tennessee uses Covenant's cargo lift to rescue Daniels, Lope, and the seemingly victorious Walter. They subdue the xenomorph before docking with the Covenant. However, Lope had been implanted with another xenomorph, which bursts from his chest on the ship before quickly maturing and causing the loss of crew members Ricks and Upworth. With Walter's help, Tennessee and Daniels corner the creature in the Covenant's airlock and flush it into space. The Covenant resumes its trip to Origay 6, and the surviving crew re-enters stasis. As Walter puts Daniels under, she realizes that he is actually David, but is unable to escape her stasis pod before falling asleep. Now in control of both the ship and its population, David regurgitates 2 alien embryos and places them in cold storage alongside the human embryos. He then uses Walter's name to record a log stating that all crew members except Daniels and Tennessee were lost due to the neutrino blast at the beginning of the film. He then assesses the slumbering colonists, planning to use them in his experiments. Alien Covenant continues the thematic journey started in Prometheus, blending intense sci-fi horror with philosophical questions about creation, identity, and the cost of playing God. It probes deep into the nature of artificial intelligence, human ambition, and the consequences of unchecked scientific curiosity. The film's atmospheric tension and thrilling sequences showcase director Ridley Scott's mastery of building suspense without relying heavily on graphic content, making it suitable for a wide audience while respecting content guidelines. The characters reflect a range of human responses to fear, faith, and survival, while David's complex personality adds emotional layers and moral ambiguity to the story. Alien Covenant asks profound questions. How far is too far in our quest for knowledge? What does it mean to be truly human? And can we control the creations we bring into existence? For fans of thoughtful science fiction combined with suspenseful storytelling, this film offers a gripping experience that sparks curiosity and reflection. Our dearest friends, what do you think of this movie's review and analysis? Let us know in the comments. Do not forget to like and subscribe to be part of our family. See you in the next video. Until we meet again.